Question number 16. A ray of monochromatic light is incident on the parallel interfaces between three media. Speeds of light are V1, V2, V3. Okay. What is correct about the speeds of light in the media? What is correct over here? See, V1 to V2, what is happening over here? If I draw the normal here, my normal looks slanting. Okay, fine. So this is my angle of incidence I1. This is my angle of refraction R1. So what do you observe here? You see, I1 is greater than R1, which means this will be your rarer medium, this will be your denser medium because it's bending towards the normal. Now, if I look at it here, if this is your R1, this should also be your R1. Okay, if you want to take I2, you can take that. Okay, there's R1 and this is R2 over here. Now, you see what do you see here? You see that R1 is less than R2. Okay, which means what? This is denser and this should be rarer with respect to this one. Okay, so therefore, now you need to look at the speeds. Now here, when the ray goes from here to here, what happens? Definitely V2 would be less than V1, right? V2 would be less than V1. Velocity here would be lesser because denser. And if you look at this, what will happen? This V3 is greater than V2. V3 is greater than V2 or V2 is less than V3 also. Which means V2 is less than V1 and also less than V3. So now let us look at the options here. The option says V3 less than V1. See, V2, in fact, you can now say V2 less than V1, V2 less than V3, which means it is the least amongst them. So definitely here V3 is least, so these two are incorrect. So we have two options here. So now the options could be V2 less than V1 less than V3 or V2 less than V3 V1 less than V1. Who comes first here? Now towards it, if you look at this here, so this one has a larger angle of refraction as compared to this one. So which means that the velocity, see, with respect to this, so with respect to the denser medium here, this will have a higher velocity, this will also have a higher velocity. But who is the highest amongst them? That is one thing which we need to decide. So towards it, this has a larger angle of deviation, larger angle of refraction here. Okay, as a result of it, V3 will have a largest velocity as compared to V1, or V1 will be the intermediate between V1, V3 and V2. So which is the right answer here? D is the right answer. Okay, let us move on to the